Something strange is happening on the Colorado River. For generations, this river has been a lifeline for millions, carving its way through the landscape and shaping the destiny of the American West. For years we told a story of steady decline, drought, overuse, a river shrinking before our eyes. The narrative was simple: less water, more demand, and a future that looked increasingly dry and uncertain. But now, the river is acting unpredictably, sending signals that baffle even the most experienced scientists. The patterns we thought we understood are shifting, and the river seems to be rewriting its own rules. Water levels are fluctuating in ways that don't match snowmelt or dam releases. Sudden surges and unexpected drops are leaving experts scratching their heads, searching for answers in the data. The river's chemistry is shifting with odd spikes in minerals and sediments. These changes are subtle but significant, hinting at processes happening upstream or deep underground that we don't yet fully grasp. These aren't the slow changes of climate change, they're sudden, immediate, and alarming. The river is responding to something, but what exactly is still a mystery. The river's seasonal rhythms are off, its color and clarity subtly altered. Once familiar cycles of flow and clarity are now unpredictable, leaving those who depend on the river uneasy. These aren't dramatic disasters but a series of quiet, bewildering anomalies. Each one is a puzzle piece, and together they paint a picture of a river in flux. The models that once predicted the river's future are now failing. Our best tools for understanding and managing the river are suddenly unreliable, forcing us to reconsider what we thought we knew. The Colorado is forcing us to question our most basic assumptions. It's as if the river itself is challenging us to listen more closely, to pay attention to the details we once overlooked. We're no longer managing a predictable decline, we're facing a system that's become fundamentally unstable. The river's behavior is a warning, a signal that the old rules may no longer apply. The river is whispering a new story and we're struggling to understand what it means. Each day brings new questions, and the answers remain just out of reach. This is a humbling moment, a reminder that nature is always more complex than our best theories. The Colorado River, once so familiar, is now a mystery again, inviting us to look deeper, listen harder, and respect the unknown. The Colorado River is the lifeblood of the American Southwest. Nearly 40 million people in 7 U.S. states and 2 in Mexico depend on it. It irrigates over 5 million acres of farmland, turning desert into one of the world's most productive agricultural regions. The river sustains unique ecosystems and endangered species, from cottonwood forests to rare fish. It powers cities and industries, and its dams generate critical hydroelectricity. Every drop is accounted for. Urban life, agriculture, nature, and energy all depend on its flow. When the river falters, the entire region feels the impact. Its instability threatens not just water, but the very foundation of life in the West. Scientists are baffled, not just by the river's decline but by its erratic, unpredictable behavior. Sudden surges and drops in flow appear without warning, unrelated to snowmelt or dam releases. Water chemistry is changing abruptly, with spikes in salinity and sediment that defy seasonal patterns. Theories abound: groundwater shifts, eroding banks, but no single explanation fits. Temperature swings are appearing overnight, stressing native fish and disrupting ecosystems. These rapid changes don't match air temperature or sunlight, hinting at deeper, unseen forces. The predictive models built on decades of data are failing to capture this new volatility. The river may have crossed a threshold, entering a state where past behavior is no longer a guide. Scientists are racing to understand a system that's gone off script. The Colorado's new reality is rewriting the rules of river science. To grasp today's crisis, we must remember the river's long history of overuse. The 1922 Colorado River Compact overpromised water, creating a deficit from the start. Decades of over-allocation collided with a mega-drought, the worst in over 1,000 years. Less snow, earlier melts, and hotter air mean less water reaches the river. Lake Mead and Lake Powell, once mighty reservoirs, now sit at historic lows, their bathtub rings stark reminders of loss. Hydropower is threatened, and water withdrawals have outpaced inflows for decades. The system was fragile, but at least it was predictable. Until now. Today's sudden erratic changes are layered atop a century of slow decline. The river isn't just sick, it's showing symptoms no one has seen before. For those who depend on the Colorado, these changes are deeply personal. The river is more than just a water source, it's the lifeblood of entire communities, shaping daily routines, family traditions, and the future of generations. Maria Sanchez, an Arizona farmer, faces unpredictable water deliveries. One week her fields are irrigated, the next they're dry. She wakes up each morning not knowing if her crops will survive or if her family's legacy will endure another season. It's like the river has a mind of its own, she says. Farming feels like gambling. Maria remembers when her parents could count on the river's flow, but now every planting is a risk, and every harvest is uncertain. Fishing guides in Colorado and Utah see confused trout, sudden algae blooms, and erratic insect hatches. The river's changing patterns disrupt the delicate balance of aquatic life, making each trip on the water unpredictable. The water feels unstable, says Ben Carter, a veteran guide. It's harder to promise clients a good day. He worries about the future of his business, and the river he's known since childhood. In Las Vegas, water managers scramble to adjust treatment plants to sudden spikes in minerals and turbidity. Every unexpected change means new challenges for those working behind the scenes to keep water safe and clean. Unexpected events add risk and cost, says engineer Patricia Diaz. We wonder what surprises the river has in store. She and her team work long hours, knowing that every shift could bring a new crisis. For Native American tribes like the Kemahuevi, the river's changes threaten cultural traditions and sacred plants. The river is woven into their stories, ceremonies, and way of life. Chairman Charles Wood says, "Our ancestors knew the river's rhythms. Now the river feels wounded and our heritage is changing before our eyes." The loss is not just physical but spiritual, a disruption of identity and belonging. Across the basin, people are adapting, but uncertainty is the new normal. Communities are coming together, sharing knowledge and searching for solutions, but the future remains unclear. The river's unpredictability is reshaping lives, livelihoods, and identities. From farmers to fishing guides, engineers to tribal leaders, everyone is being forced to rethink their relationship with the river. What was once a steady presence is now a source of daily anxiety. The river's uncertainty seeps into conversations, plans, and dreams, leaving many to wonder what tomorrow will bring. The Colorado's transformation is being felt in every community along its banks. Its story is now one of resilience, adaptation, and hope, an unfolding journey that connects everyone who calls the river home. Across the Colorado River, scientists are launching an all-out effort to decode the river's new and unpredictable behavior. Their mission is urgent, and the stakes are higher than ever before. Teams from leading universities and government agencies are deploying advanced sensors all along the river's course, from the snow-capped Rockies to the arid stretches of Mexico. They're collecting real-time data on water flow, temperature, and chemistry, hoping to capture every subtle shift and anomaly. To understand what's happening beneath the surface, they're drilling monitoring wells and using cutting-edge geophysical imaging. This technology helps map the river's hidden connections with underground aquifers and groundwater reserves, revealing a complex web of interactions. One leading theory is that depleted aquifers are now pushing saline water back into the river, causing unexpected spikes in mineral content. Scientists are analyzing water samples in the lab, searching for clues in the chemistry. High above, satellites and drones scan the river's path, searching for changes in vegetation, signs of erosion, and temperature anomalies that could signal deeper problems. By combining remote sensing from space with on-the-ground data collected by field teams, researchers hope to trace the sources of sudden changes and pinpoint where interventions are needed most. The ultimate goal is to build sophisticated new models that can simulate the river's unstable behavior, predict future changes, and guide smarter water management decisions for the entire region. It's a race against time. Millions of people, farms, and entire cities depend on the answers these scientists are working to find. Every day counts as the river's fate hangs in the balance. The scientific community is working urgently, collaborating across disciplines and institutions, knowing the stakes couldn't be higher for the West's water future. Understanding the river's new reality is not just a scientific challenge, it's the key to the West's survival and prosperity in the years to come. The Colorado River is full of surprises beyond its crisis. Its legal framework, the law of the river, is one of the world's most complex, making adaptation difficult. The river rarely reaches the sea anymore. Its flow is consumed before it can revive the once vast delta. Lake Mead and Lake Powell lose about 10% of the river's annual flow to evaporation, enough to supply over 1 million homes. Hidden beneath the basin are vast aquifers, ancient phantom rivers now being depleted faster than they recharge. Pumping this groundwater may be altering the river's chemistry and flow in unpredictable ways. The Colorado story is not just about what we see on the surface, but about hidden forces shaping its fate. Every fact reveals a new layer of complexity in this vital, embattled river. Despite the crisis, hope is rising along the Colorado. States, the federal government, and Mexico are negotiating new rules, moving from conflict to collaboration. Cities like Las Vegas lead in water conservation, and farmers are adopting smarter irrigation. These innovations show we can thrive with less, turning crisis into opportunity. Scientists' urgent work is our best hope for adapting to the river's new reality. Every new sensor and model brings us closer to understanding and resilience. The river's crisis is a lesson in humility and a call to rethink our relationship with water. We must see it as a precious, finite resource to be shared and protected. The path ahead is uncertain, but by working together we can ensure the Colorado continues to sustain the West. The river's future and ours depends on what we do next.